Let's start with something that might sound painfully familiar. Your dad's not feeling well. He finally goes to the doctor after weeks of brushing it off. They say it could have been caught earlier. And suddenly your brain spins into guilt mode. Why didn't I push him harder to get checked? I should have noticed he looked tired. Maybe if I cared more, he wouldn't be sick now. You're not a doctor. You're not a full-time health inspector. But there you are sitting in the waiting room, wearing a coat made of invisible guilt. Or this. Your dog throws up on the living room floor. You rush over. Is she okay? Did she eat something weird? Wait, was it that treat you gave her earlier? And before you can even wipe the floor, the guilt has already flooded your chest. This is my fault. Why didn't I pay more attention? I'm supposed to protect her. Your dog, by the way, is now wagging her tail and sniffing a sock. She's clearly over it. But you're not. Now let's talk about what's really going on here. Because this isn't just about your dad or your dog. This is about a deeply rooted belief, one you probably didn't consciously choose but somehow signed up for anyway. If something bad happens to the people around me, I must have done something wrong, or I must have failed to do something right. This belief doesn't just sneak into your thoughts. It builds a whole operating system in your head, one where you are quietly, constantly responsible for everything. Albert Ellis, a psychologist known for cutting through mental noise, would call this what it is, irrational guilt. He'd also tell you, lovingly and directly, you're not that powerful, get over yourself, in the nicest way possible. Let's break this down. Here's the kind of script that might be playing in your head. If I had reminded Dad earlier, maybe this wouldn't have happened. If I had researched dog food more, she wouldn't have gotten sick. If I had done more, tried harder, been better, things would be fine. Here's a healthier script. One Ellis would suggest, I care a lot, but I cannot control everything. I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. Life happens. Dogs throw up. Parents delay doctor visits. That's not on me. Now, I know what you're thinking, but isn't it good to take responsibility? Sure, when it's actually your responsibility. But what you're doing isn't responsibility. It's hyper-responsibility. It's when your care turns into control, when your love turns into guilt, when your kindness becomes martyrdom. Why you do it? At some point in your life, probably early on, you learned that love means being useful. Maybe you were the peacekeeper in your family, the one who kept everyone calm, the one who cleaned up the emotional messes before they stained the carpet. Maybe when others around you were upset, you were the one who felt like it was your job to fix it. It became your way of being loved, your identity. But here's the hard truth. Being responsible for everyone is not the same as being loved by everyone. In fact, the more responsibility you carry that doesn't belong to you, the more likely you are to feel resentful, overwhelmed, and weirdly invisible. Because you're not being loved for who you are. You're being needed for what you do. Albert Ellis was blunt, bold, and wonderfully no-nonsense. He believed most of our suffering comes not from events, but from what we tell ourselves about those events. So let's say this together. You are not the cause of everything bad that happens. You are not responsible for other people's choices, health, or mistakes. You're not the emotional janitor of the universe. So what are you responsible for? You are responsible for how you show up, what you say and do, how you repair when you actually mess up, how you care without self-erasure. You are not responsible for your dad's blood pressure, your dog's digestive system, your friend's breakup, your partner's bad mood after work. Let's rewrite the inner dialogue just a bit. From originally, if I had done better, this wouldn't have happened. To reframe as, I care deeply, and I did what I could with the knowledge and capacity I had. Say it again, slowly. I did what I could. Not, I did everything. Not, I should have done more. Just, I did what I could. That's not an excuse. That's a boundary. Okay, let's go there. Let's say you actually forgot something important. Let's say you were distracted, selfish, tired, human, cool. Welcome to the club. We've got snacks. If you did make a mistake, then acknowledge it. Apologize if needed. Learn from it. And for the love of all that is good, let it go. Guilt is not a personality trait. It's a signal. Once the message is received, you don't have to stay in it forever. Here's something most people don't realize. Chronic guilt is not just exhausting. It's controlling. It's like your brain saying, if I blame myself for everything, then maybe I can prevent pain in the future. It gives you the illusion of control. It keeps you from feeling helpless. But guess what? You can't control everything. And you will feel helpless sometimes. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. And being human is messy, unpredictable, and spoiler alert, not a job for superheroes. So what do you do now? Step 1. Notice the guilt spiral. Catch yourself in the act. Oh, I'm doing the if only I had done more thing again. Label it. That alone helps loosen its grip. Step 2. Ask this question. Is this really my responsibility? If the answer is no, put it down. If it's maybe, check with the actual person involved. Don't assume. You are not a mind reader. Step 3. Forgive yourself for being a soft, squishy human. You can care deeply and still mess up. Done. You can love people and not save them. You can be good and still get tired. Let's close with a truth. You may not have heard enough. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to prevent every storm. You don't have to carry guilt to prove your love. You're allowed to show up with your heart open, without turning yourself into a punching bag. Every time something goes wrong, Albert Ellis would raise a glass of lukewarm tea and say, "Stop shooting on yourself. You're doing fine." So take off the cape, let go of the guilt. Pet your dog, text your dad, and remind yourself you matter. Even when things fall apart, even when you didn't see it coming. Even when you didn't do anything special, you still matter. Because you are not here to earn your worth. You are here to live it.